Hello everybody and welcome to more of a tutorial type of thing. This isn't a playthrough or a let's play of anything. This is more of a tutorial because of, well, specifically this game, Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger X. Now this game came out last month on the 26th, and it's a really fun game. I recommend you get it. It's only 15 bucks on the eShop for the Switch. I'm not sure about other consoles, but this is a really fun game, and it's also technically Gunvolt 3. Now, I have played the first one on this channel, but something I wanted to show off is because myself and a few other people are kind of wondering about, like, the little 4 emblems in the corner. I only have 3, but me and a bunch of other people are assuming that there are 4 that you can get. Right now, I don't know, I haven't heard so far of anyone else getting all 4, and I currently only have 3. There is one more thing in the game that I want to try and get, but I have heard of other people, like, trying to do stuff in this game and also try to get all 4 emblems. So this is just going to show people like what I've so far done and how to get like certain things like the S+ rank in a bunch of the stages, because that does actually unlock something, as I'm mostly sure of it. I'm not 100% positive, I still need to do some testing, so if I find this out later, I'll change up the description of the video. That'll let you know if that is for sure what it is. But this is my main file at the top here. I'm level 89, I've cleared all of the missions. And then I have a speedrun file that beats the game in under 50 minutes. And it's pretty bad. It wasn't the best speedrun I had. I didn't even record it because I was just trying to test some stuff out. So a speedrun of this game does not get you anything. It doesn't happen. But if we go into my main file, because I've collected all the stuff in the stages, the bonus emblems and all that whatnot, and once you complete specific tasks, you unlock like certain things for Kohaku, who is sitting here on the main screen. Now this is the normal outfit that you get when you start up the game, so this one you just get as soon as you start them. Then there's this one here, which is the Lola costume that you get for DLC, which came with pre-orders of the game, and well, I was excited for this, so I pre-ordered it myself. So if you buy the game now, you won't get this costume, sorry to say. But there are also these other 2 that I have right now. It's this wedding dress one, which I believe you get after you collect the 4 emblems in every stage, because I had gotten it after completing the game. And I had already gone through and collected all the bonus emblems, so it kind of comes down to and the reason I think it's the bonus emblems is because I had, in the speedrun file, I didn't collect any of the emblems. I did not get a single one. I may have gotten 1 or 2 here, but I didn't collect them all, which is why I'm pretty sure it doesn't come from beating the game, it just comes from collecting the bonus emblems. And then there's this other one here, the swimsuit costume, which, honestly, in the context of this game, doesn't make sense why you would have a wedding dress or a swimsuit, but you know, whatever. But this one I'm pretty sure comes after you beat the score attacks mode for all of the main stages, because I'm not exactly sure how I unlocked it. I was completing score attack missions and doing the S+ rank on all the stages, and about halfway through completing, I believe it was the S+ rank for some of the stages here, and as well as the score attack missions, it just popped up out of nowhere. But this is just going to be showing people how to get the S+ rank, and maybe we can all figure out like how to get that last emblem, because the more people that are playing this and trying to figure it out, I think the better. So right now what I have equipped is everything. I've already bought everything, all the gear, but if you want to get the S+ rank, the main things that I recommend that you have is Heaven or Hell, which sets your HP to 100 and will disable your Pervasion, but it will seriously increase your kudos count, and that is really helpful. It adds it up by, I want to say about, I think it's like 10 or 25%, somewhere around that threshold. And then also the OD High Pride. Now this one only activates when you get over 1,000 kudos, but once you get over 1,000, your attack power will severely increase, and the higher your kudos count, the more attack power you get. It only works if you're playing with the Fearless setting for your kudos count, which means if you take any damage, you lose all of them immediately. But if you're going for S+ ranks, you really can't take damage, so not having Pervasion doesn't really make anything else. A few other things that will help are the Overdrive Sharp Nail, which increases your special attack power, and the Icarus Wings. Now these 2 aren't needed, but they do help, especially Sharp Nail in the first stage, because you can take out the boss of that stage like immediately in 1 hit. The rest of these aren't needed, but they do help, specifically Extender and EX Saver. Those are 2 that you don't need to do this, but they do help out a lot, and this is pretty much what I went in with. The only thing that I won't have equipped, at least for the final stage, because I'm going to be doing everything, all the story missions and the special missions, is all or nothing for the boss rush stage. That's the only thing I won't have equipped. But I'm going to go ahead and cut away, at my audio at least, and yeah, I'm just going to show you, and I'll come back once I'm in editing, because I'm talking about this like as I'm playing it right now. But once I come back, I will show you guys like exactly and try to talk about what I do. My main method of attack is, we go into options, weapon shortcuts. What I usually use my main weapon is Orbital Edge. You'll see it in the video as I'm going through, but it's two large saw blades that circle around you that can take out enemies nearby, and I've seen a few people use Anchor Nexus, which is a dash attack that runs straight into enemies, but personally I prefer Orbital Edge because if there's multiple enemies nearby, you can use this, and even though you don't get as much of a bonus with it, it does help out a lot in the end. Because if there are multiple enemies and something's about to attack, you can take the both out, and with higher attack power, you can take them out almost immediately. And last thing before I cut away with my audio is, all of these are going to be separated into singular videos. So I'm going to be doing the City Slums first for this one, and then slowly go through the rest of them. The reason I'm doing it like this is that way if you're having trouble with a specific one, you can just like check the video, that's it, you can see how I did it, and I will try to add a little bit of a commentary over all of them, showing like how I did this or what I did here, all that fun stuff. I will try to do that, but honestly I wouldn't really say there's much help that would do, but that's how I plan on doing it. So yeah, well, we're gonna get started with the City Slums, and next time you hear me, I'll be talking in the editing portion. So yeah, I will see you guys then. But let's get started with this first stage. Okay, now here is the first stage of the game, the City Slums. Now if you jump up the wall there, you can get the first bonus emblem. Now I have equipped the Orbital Edge, and I have a good idea of like where all the enemies are. None of them are too difficult to take down, and right here you can just dash through and hit an enemy. Oh, now my voice is getting up on me again. Now I did miss this one guy, but I did immediately go back for him. And one thing I want to note real quick is there was a small audio problem, so I'm just going to be, for these stages, just playing the music of that stage, which is why you don't hear Lola singing right now. Just want to get that out of the way. But these stages aren't particularly hard, and this one you want to crack the floor and make sure all the enemies are defeated before you go for this emblem. Now, the first stage is not that bad. This is something that you could take your time with. You don't necessarily need to rush, because you've got about a good 2 minutes before. Now if you see that little crack in the wall, this is where the third emblem will be hidden. You can just collect that right there. Now something that'll make this a little bit easier if you have all the weapons is that you could take out this enemy up here with the Orbital Edge instead of worrying about him getting killed by the enemy, and you could take out this block here. Now one thing, if you have the attack power that I was talking about earlier, is you do a lot more damage. Right now I have 5,000 kudos, and here we have the mini-boss. And this is why I was talking about it. You can hit this boss and kill him in 2 hits. Now I made a slight mistake as I let myself land, so you can get more kudos out of it, but it's not that big of a bonus, so it's not like too worrisome if you don't get it. So don't freak out too much if you do the same thing that I do. Now if you skip over the hex pod, you can get the 4th bonus emblem, and that just about finishes off the stage. We still do have a quick boss fight that we need to take on, which is why it's still loading. But all you need to do is, if you have the overdrive sharp nail, as soon as this fight starts with Blade, you could just hit the X button and you're done. Blade is a boss that I don't like fighting, but because she's an intro stage here, it really doesn't take much to worry about. It's just hit the X button as long as you have the sharp nail. And that's it, and then you get the bonus 750 kudos for taking her down, and everything goes in to clear the stage. Now, you can probably still hear the music going from the stage, and like I said, there was audio problems. But yeah, the first stage is very easy. I beat it in 1 minute and 34 seconds, so it's not that bad, but you have up to like 2.5 minutes, I think, to still get the 1.5 bonus. And there we go, S+. But like I said, this isn't too difficult of a stage, and it shouldn't be no big deal to get the first on. But that will complete for this one, and I'm going to be showing off like what Kohaku says, because her dialogue at the start of the screen will change depending on what you have, but that finishes off for the first one. So I will see you guys in the next one. Later.